Hey, Rudy, you're an inspiration, so I always talk about you. Do you remember Rudy? Our young superstar from Indonesia? Making the money, but giving the money back. Children's Miracle. What all charities are you giving it to now?
So because of implementation of the system here, last year, for 3 years in a row, our team has been ranked as the #1 single office highest contribution for the Children's Hospital in Los Angeles, Greg.
How's that?
So what we learned here, when I first joined, I still remember when I first sit down at the super conference about 6-7 years ago, it's all about basically me trying to help my families and stuff, but now you are not just bringing my son home, but there are thousands of others. In fact, since we started this, 3,000 patients all over in Indonesia. This is in addition to the Children's Hospital that's been impacted because of the implementation of this.
So let's give him a hand. You know, Rudy, I was telling everybody my story. You know, young guy, and you and I start to make money, and like when you haven't made money before and you're making money, you're working all the time, and so. You said you didn't even have time to like have proper lunches. Where was lunch every day?
Before?
Yeah, McDonald's drive-thru.
McDonald's drive-thru.
He said, yeah, like I gained like 100 pounds going through McDonald's drive-thru because he had no time for anything, right? And you had a small child that you had, one of your children you sent back to live with your parents in Indonesia because you didn't have time.
Yeah, it started with a problem, right? So when I was sitting here in this conference room about 6-7 years ago, it's not like I wasn't successful. It's not because I was lazy. I was with Coldwell Banker before. I was selling about 1 or 2 houses a month. And the problem is that I'm working 15 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I work literally like all the time. But as you know, gross commission income, 200,000, that's I live in LA, so it's a GCI. It's not net income. So GCI 200,000, it looks good. But actually I was like, I couldn't even afford to take care of my own son. Right. So that's when I first sat down here about 6-7 years ago, that was where I was. I have to have my parents in Indonesia take care of it. And I was in that Coldwell Banker office selling about 1 or 2 homes. But today, the cool thing about this system is that it helps the real estate agent in our team. These are net income, which means that if the agent in our team are making 1, 2, 300,000, those are net income.
In their pocket.
In the pocket.
Yeah.
And they have the time. Because now they don't need to do any prospecting, cold calling. So it's more than just making money. We are talking about how much value are you going to put on time, right? I mean, like, what's the value of buying time?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know on that.
What's the value of having a happy life?
Yeah, and it's not just me. Like, what about all these kids? Yep. Like, what about all the people in our team? What about all the people at the Children's Hospital?
All the people, your family, right. All the families that work on your team, and all the money that you've given back to charities.
Right. And how do you value that?
Does Rudy seem a little excited, folks? Let's hear it for Rudy Kusuma. Congratulations, Rudy. Thank you.